Let me tell you about the Ralph family, a tale that still sends shivers down my spine. In 1948, on a seemingly ordinary Tuesday morning, Harold Ralph locked the front door of his Victorian mansion in rural Massachusetts. Little did the world know, that click of the lock would echo through 3 generations. The Ralphs, Harold, his wife Eleanor, their 2 children, and Harold's elderly mother, simply disappeared. Well, not exactly disappeared. They were there, all right, hidden behind those thick velvet curtains and weathered brick walls. You see, Harold had become convinced that the outside world was being invaded by what he called soul stealers, beings that could replace humans with exact copies, leaving only subtle differences that he claimed he could detect. His paranoia became the family's prison, and soon their normal. The children, Thomas and Marie, grew up never feeling grass between their toes or wind on their faces. They were educated through their father's extensive library, learning about a world they'd never experienced. Eleanor maintained an indoor garden in the conservatory, growing what food she could under artificial lights. They had enough stored supplies and old family wealth to sustain their isolation. The truly unsettling part, they began to develop their own peculiar habits and rituals. They would only speak in whispers after sunset. Convinced that they were listening, they created their own language of taps and knocks to communicate between rooms. The children grew up and had their own children, all within those walls. When authorities finally discovered them in 2023, after the house's utilities had gone unpaid 4 months, they found 3 generations of Ralphs, pale as moonlight, with their own complex society and beliefs. The youngest ones had never seen the sky, believing it to be a myth like dragons or unicorns. But here's the twist that makes this story truly haunting. When they were finally rescued, all 15 family members begged to be allowed to return to their self-imposed prison. They insisted that we were all the imposters they had been hiding from all along. And sometimes, late at night, I wonder, what if Harold Ralph saw something real that day in 1948? What if we're the ones living in the true prison, and the Ralphs were the ones who stayed free? The house still stands there, empty now, but if you listen carefully on quiet nights, you might hear the familiar pattern of taps and knocks, a family's secret language echoing through time, warning us about something we still don't understand.